All right. Call in Q&A show number 2. We are going to start the stage on Discord. We're going to add everyone ping. Add everyone live Q&A show. Let's see here. Join the stage. Let's see here. We got to copy the link. This is the second one, not the third one. All right. Gotta love it when I do an add everyone ping in here. It's like people don't want to have a ping in the server. They decided to join. Like if you don't want the ping, if you're gonna be like no, or whatever people like to say, just leave the server or just mute it. You know, at a certain point, that's what you should do. I'm gonna use the add everyone on my own server, like it or not. So if you don't like that, just go. But yeah, if you want to actually have a conversation, join the server below. It's the top link in the description. We did a live call-in Q&A the other day. It worked very well. Apparently, we got up to 500 viewers, but I think somebody might have botted the stream. We can usually get up to 50, sometimes up to 100, but 500, a little bit sketchy. I think somebody was on here playing with us. So I don't know exactly what happened there. It was weird because there was like a big drop off and people noticed, oh, there's 12 viewers all of a sudden after there were 500. So yeah, we're going to do this. So we got 12 in the audience on Discord. We have actually just noticed this. So I have been focused on managing the stream, getting this all set up, but welcome in guys on Discord. We're also live on YouTube. So if you are going to raise your hand to ask a question, and the main topic today is going to be AI, so you can ask any development question, but I would encourage you to keep it focused on AI because that's been a main topic of the channel, so we want to keep that going, and there's a lot of things that I can speak to as to AI right now, so it'll be a good topic of expertise for me to give you some details on. So go ahead and like raise your hand to speak right now, and then I'll get to you once we actually start. I got to change a few things on the stream side here. And also I need to, let's see, we got to ping everybody about the actual stream on Discord. So just a few little setup things. We'll take a few moments and we will get going. Let's see, copy the link. Boom. Make sure to press like if you're over on YouTube while we get this going. Let's see, at everyone. You know what? We aren't going to do them dirty like that. We'll just say at content ping for this one because we want them in the call if they're on Discord. Live Q&A on YouTube. Join the stage to ask a Q. Boom. Okay. Boom, and then the next thing we need to do is go to the stage. So this should be the final thing. Stage needs a topic. So let's see. Start the stage. Q&A, AI focus. Boom. Okay. There we go. All right. So we have Duck Butter is already asked to speak. So Duck Butter, you got a little YouTube channel in your profile. Hopefully that's something interesting there. Let's see. All right, I have to do one last thing so that we can actually hear you guys, because I remember we had audio troubles last time because I'm on a Mac. You have to do these weird workarounds to get sound. Let's see. Just 1 second. Let's see. If I do record stream, let's see. Boom. All right, that captures it. All right, we'll bring you up. So let's see here. And also, I'm trying to have lower latency this time. So the latency issue last time, this is one final note before I get this guy up here. The latency, quote unquote, that we saw where people were seeing, oh, there is a problem with the video. Well, I wish somebody pointed that out more directly to me because I might have to re-upload the last one. I will re-upload it as a video on my channel because what happened was I was getting the video from Discord up here and I believe that is delayed. So before we really get started, need to put the proper video capture. I got to put this camera up here, and then we got to shimmy it up here and just fudge it. Oh yeah, this is totally the camera on Discord, you know, totally, man. The thing is, though, I might have to move this little thingy around, but yeah, that'll work. That'll work. So that way there's no delay, which is really annoying, and I don't want that on there. It looks bad to me. If you're just listening to it, probably not a problem, but yeah, glad we got that figured out. So, first person, let's get him up here. So, Duck Butter, I saw you. You've been in here for a few minutes. Let's get you on. You just have to confirm that you want to join the stage. Hello, hello. All right, I guess he changed his mind. So, if you have a question, raise your hand on Discord. If you are on YouTube, raise your hand on Discord by joining the server. Top link in the description. And then just going into the general stage and raising your hand. I see a lot of people being a little bit shy. Flippity flippity. Turning it on, turning it off. Just stick to your decision to get up here. Stick to it. What's up? Hello, hello. Can't hear you. Mic might not be working. Let's add another guy while you get that situated. And he changed his mind. If we have any decisive people who will raise their hand and stick to it and have a working mic, be my guest. But yeah, I'll just kick us off. I mean, on the topic of AI, there's a lot happening with Roblox development and AI, and there's a lot of things I've tried to do with it. I spent months just vibe coding basically all day. And honestly, I think it's a mistake to spend so much time on it to the point that you are, not doing other things, like normal things, like living your life because you are prompting AI so much. I think it's that addicting that a lot of people are getting sucked into it. So AI is a tool, right? It's something that should be used in Roblox development. It should be used to bootstrap new prototypes and things like that. It should be used to code things. It should be used for Claude Code and Codex and all these different agents. Oh yeah, Kyle, we have somebody joining. I think he joined last time. But yeah, that is going to be the main topic today, and there's a lot that you can do with it. I think it is just a tool, though. Like teamwork, working with other people is honestly more valuable than AI if you're also using AI, because a lot of people are ignoring that because they think, oh, AI can do everything. It can't. It's not the best at builds and models, so getting somebody like a friend, like I'm going to work with Sam or somebody else, just a builder, somebody who's really good at that, to go ahead and handle that skill because AI can't do it. Let's see. I've invited you. What's up? We got to move this guy back to the audience. Raise your hand if you fixed your audio. Welcome. You're muted. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right. Well, anyway, I guess I'll just continue if no one else has a question. But so working with a friend is going to be a priority. Working with people is going to be a priority now, because nowadays we are seeing AI able to code, but it's not able to build. It's not able to make the models. It's not able to make a finalized project. Now, no, a lot of people will mention, oh, you don't have a successful game. Not right now. No. So I'm not talking about how to make a successful game, to be clear. I'm talking about how do you even make a game right now with AI. So yeah, I've had successful games in the past with Jimmy games. They were meme games, but that was a few years ago. So right now I'm making a lot of prototypes with AI, getting something new out there into the market. And it is something that there is a lot of competition now because everybody has access to these tools. they are able to code faster. They are able to do UI faster. They are able to do all these different things. There are even entire tools designed to build UI in Roblox. In fact, one of them is looking into sponsoring me. We'll be looking at that soon. There are entire AI tools that will do that will build UI that looks like a UI designer designed it, or even better than a UI designer. So it is something that is changing every development skill. Will it take over building and modeling one day? Possibly. It might. But right now it has not, because Claude and Codex, when they go in there, when they use MCP, which is like giving it hands and eyes in Roblox Studio, the geometry's bad. Let's be honest. Like, it can make an okay map or a decent blockout. But if you try to have Claude Code or Codex give you a full-on map, it will have things overlapping. It will have all sorts of problems. And these are things that, if you're trying to ship a finalized map, won't work. Like, obviously, you could go in and edit it. But also, another problem is it's only really good at the retro slop or the blocky style. If you try to have it make something a little more 3D, maybe using unions, maybe using models that it made, that's where it starts to fall off the tracks, because it's not very good at things other than simple geometry. Now, I know there's things where Claude can go in and it can work in Blender or in these different programs, 3D modeling programs, CAD programs. I have to look into that more. It might be better at that than it was before, but still, it's going to be very limited. So in the future, I think we will see better AIs that can actually tackle 3D tasks, but we're still not fully at that point. That's why you haven't seen Roblox games get fully automated by AI. I think that we're seeing Roblox add a few tools in here, like a lot of you guys have seen, like the procedural scaling. Roblox is adding a lot of tools, and also the assistant, right? They're adding features to that, which make it so that you can actually kind of build with AI. It's still not perfect, though. So that's the interesting thing. It's trying to take over these different skills. It hasn't fully. And where AI is weak, that's where humans are going to be strong, right? Like working with a friend. I always talk about that because so many people have this misconception that, oh, if I am trying to make a game, I must hire somebody. I've made that mistake when I was super new to development too. Like when I was a kid, I was like, I got to hire somebody. Like, no, you just got to make friends, bro. You just got to get on Discord or Twitter. Make yourself a developer friend. Make yourself some multiple developer friends. Just find somebody you vibe with, and then eventually work with somebody. Eventually work with one of those people. Keep it chill. Like, a lot of you guys don't have money. Like, a lot of you are like 14. You're a young dev, right? If you don't have money, don't worry about it. Stop trying to hire people. Stop trying to do big or one of these big studios before you are at that point where you have that funding. You can hire people once you make some money, right? Like, I've hired people because I made money from, well, games in the past, but mainly right now, YouTube and teaching game dev. So I'm able to hire people. Like, I have my guys in the Philippines working on prototypes. You'll be seeing some of those come out soon. They made some pretty unique brain rot games recently, which we're going to be reviewing and seeing which ones deserve to go out there and get released. But hiring people is something you should do later. Like, you can hire people for small commissions. I think that will teach you a lot. Like, I learned a lot back in the day, like hiring somebody to do a GFX for me or to do a logo for me. It actually teaches you a lot about the commission process, getting the best deal, making sure people actually get the work done for you, making sure that the work is the way you want, giving feedback. You learn a lot of like social skills a lot of people don't get because they never ever take the time to hire somebody. You learn these skills of actually managing a person, getting them to make the thing that you want. So I remember hiring like VFX artists, or rather GFX artists, or people who could help me out with certain things back in my early days on Roblox. And oftentimes GFX artists can work for pretty inexpensive. Now, I know the need for GFX goes down as AI is able to do more of that. Like, we have all these websites, kind of like Artly, that can generate really nice GFX, but even just for the practice, hiring somebody can be a good idea. And that's something that people ignore, and I've talked about in many of my videos, is you will learn from actually hiring a dev, but it should be something small when you're new. It shouldn't be like, hey, code my entire game for me. I wouldn't go that route because it's something that's going to require a lot of money. If you don't have that money, probably not going to work. And even if you have the money, right, there's still a lot of project management skill that goes into it, and also understanding how to keep the scope tight and not overbuild. Yeah. So let's get the first person on here. Transitioning out of that, we got the real Beanie. If you unmute, ask away. But otherwise, we'll get Duck Butter on here too. Whoever's first wins. What's up? Maybe it's my audio. Maybe it's my fault. Right? Let's see. No. I just checked my audio. It's fine. It's you guys. You are the problem. Damn. I guess nobody has a question. Squirro. I think you're a mod, so you're able to just pop up here whenever you want. Mr. Senior Moderator. What's up? You want to say something? Yo. All right, well, I guess this is turning into more of a podcast than a call-in show. Gonna move you guys back. That's cool with me. But if you have a question, ask it. So, yeah, I'll take questions from the chat on YouTube too. Oh yeah, Step Josh. My good friend Step Josh is here to mod the chat. Do not get banned. Do not get banned. I'm warning you, we do ban if you spam, among other things. On the YouTube chat, do your courses cover advanced stuff? Not as much as I'd like. Some advanced stuff though. Let's see. Question, what inspired you to learn to script? What inspired me to learn to script was realizing that building alone doesn't make a game. I was like, crap, dude. I gotta learn to script. So I got on my laptop. I remember I was like doing it at night. I had my laptop in my room, and you know when you're like 14 or something, your parents are like, bro, get off the computer at night. I was like getting on there just to learn to script. When my parents were like going to bed, I was dedicated to this shit. So I got on the laptop and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna learn to script. So I learned from the Dev King when I was like 14. I don't know how old the Dev King was when he made those videos. They're pretty legendary. They were funny. That was what was better than Alvin Blocks is, just to be honest. Like, I like Alvin Blocks a lot, don't get me wrong. But I think the Dev King's tutorials were more entertaining back in the day. So they kept a lot more people's attention, like mine. And yeah, I just learned it. I learned the basics, you know, and I just went from there. Obviously, you learn the most from doing. Like, after you have the fundamentals down, you learn the most from trying to make different things, and then you learn the features you need to make certain systems, like to make UI move around and look nice. You learn tween service and all these other things. Having a goal of what you want to make helps you to figure out what you want to learn rather than just trying to learn everything vaguely. You want to learn what you need to make a specific genre or game or system. But that was really how I got into scripting. It was just realizing, because I took building commissions for a year or a few years back then. And what I did was I was learning how to make, I didn't learn how to, I wasn't learning how to build. I was a good builder at that time. I did a lot of different commissions, like the Ryan's World Roblox game. I built a giant cruise ship. That was more like in 2021 after I'd already started learning the script. But yeah, I had a lot of different building commissions, some big, some small. And I realized at a certain point, like, if I want to make my own games, you're going to need to know how to script. And I always considered myself before that to be a builder. I'm not a scripting kind of guy. And yeah, there was kind of an hill to climb up to figure it out. But after you start learning, after you start trying, it gets a lot easier. Like, I think everybody can kind of confirm that. Like, if you actually want to learn to script, you can. There's very few people who can't learn to script. But now we're seeing AI, and it's like, do you even want to learn to script? I think you still should learn the fundamentals, but I would use agents for what they can do. I would maximize them. Like, understanding the fundamentals does give you the language to speak to an AI. Like, what is a module script? What is the local script? What is a server? What is a client? So if the AI makes a mistake, you're more able to diagnose that and fix it. So there is still value in understanding how to script yourself. it's just lowering by the day. Understanding all the advanced stuff, it's becoming less valuable. Let's see here. Okay. If I check the chat here, we got 21 watching. Pretty cool. All right. Go ahead and like up the stream to boost that up. Hey, I'll just watch your stream because it keeps loading for me and I can't see or hear anything. Let's see. Yo, you got a deep voice, bro. Love your voice. Thank you. Can I send you a picture in the secret server? A picture of what? Depends what it is. Question. What inspired... Okay, I already got that. Tung God. Bro is apparently a #1 chatter. Mr. Potato Master 3000. That is some username, my man. Some username. All right. Pumpkin Plays. Bro, I'm a big fan. That's what's up. Is this real? Yes. Yes, this is live. This is live. I have to answer that question a lot. Is this pre-recorded? I don't pre-record my streams. I never do you guys like that. Oh, it's a pre-recorded stream. I'm just going to act like I'm live when I'm not. No, I don't need to do that. Streams are just this good. Let's see here. All right. Boom, boom, boom. We got to what the chat got. Oh, we have a couple more. A couple people are having issues with audio and video on Discord. I let them know that they can join your stream on YouTube to be able to listen in on the Q&A. Yeah, if you are having problems with audio, video, yeah, watch the stream. If you want to ask a question, raise your hand in the chat or in the server. Ask it in the stage. The stage is where we're running this. We aren't running this in a normal voice chat because the stage, first of all, it allows me to use my camera in front of all you guys. But second of all, the stage is really good for asking one at a time questions, not having to mute everybody and unmute people and all this nonsense. It's very useful for this format, which is what we really want. Is just having like a classroom, which this is what we're going to use when Smarty Devs gets its classes. So join Smarty Devs, our Discord server below, with over 23,000 devs in it. We're going to be doing Smarty Devs classes. This place is going to get a lot more active because, first of all, like people ask me for years, I'm not even kidding, to get more active. Like, Smarty, get more active in the server. It's going to make it more active. So after years, I have made the decision to get more active. Finally. So what that's going to do is it's going to make the server more active because obviously people join because they see my channel most of the time. So that's cool, right? It's going to be more active, but also it is going to have more to do. So we're going to have the classes. We're having these calls where you can talk to me one-on-one. You can ask a question. We're having these discussions. These are going to be what really boosts the activity because people need something to do. People need something to enjoy in a Discord server. We have had game jams. I have not hosted them. I don't know the details on them. The staff team, thank you very much to you guys. You guys have done great work managing the server where I was more inactive, and they have made a lot of different events that you can join, and we often do have game jams in there, and those can be pretty fun. So join for that. Join for the classes, though. I think that's going to be the centerpiece of Smarty Devs here soon. And it's going to be the main thing that sets apart our server from other developer servers because you come here to learn, right? You came to this channel to learn about development, how to script, build, whatever, use AI, whatever it is. Well, now we're extending that over into the Discord where now your learning also occurs there where you can ask an actual teacher, somebody from the community, somebody from staff, or me on occasion. You can ask them one-on-one. You can raise your hand just like in this live stream inside of this Discord stage. You can raise your hand and you can literally ask directly your question or about your problem you're experiencing. Because the problem with a YouTube video is you can't ask me, hey, Smarty, I don't understand variables. Can you clarify this? Why do you put local before the name of it? Right? You can ask me that directly, and now I can tailor the answer to you. And if you still don't understand, I can try explaining it in another way. That is the benefit of classes. That's why this will help us to stand out a lot from other developer servers which don't have these. And a lot of devs are new. A lot of people don't know how to do all these different skills. A lot of people don't have UI skills. A lot of people don't know even the basics of the Roblox engine. So we're going to be showing people how to do that stuff inside of the server in a new format because a lot of people want like tutoring, But tutoring often costs money, right? These are going to be free classes. I have some people on the Discord being like, bro, stop promoting a course. Like every time I do this ping, it's like, I don't know where bro came up with a course, because we're talking about free classes in Smarty Devs. Yes, I have scripting secrets, but that's totally separate from the Smarty Devs classes. And we also have the, what do we got? We have the advanced classes coming. So there will be paid classes, but not up front. Most of them will be free. And if you get value from the free ones, you're probably going to be like, yeah, joining an advanced class for however much it costs is going to be nothing, because I'm going to gain from it. And we're going to have talented devs able to teach these. Honestly, if you want to teach it, reach out to one of our staff members in Smarty Devs. Reach out to one of the great team members that we have who's active and able to answer that and get back to you, because we did do applications, but we can take one-offs. We have a few people trying to get in. One guy's like a UI designer. He's asking us a lot, like, please, I want to be a class host. Like, I looked at his work, looks pretty good. I think we will consider adding him as a class host. I think he's inside of the Discord right now. If he wants to come up, he can. He can talk about what he wants to teach people. I'd like to hear, because having a class on UI, I think, is something really cool, because a lot of people don't know how to do that in Photoshop. Like, how do I make my UI panels in Photoshop? How do I make my game stuff, right? I don't even know all the stuff about UI that you can do with Photoshop. Like, I always found that to be not really my type of thing. But maybe it's just another thing like scripting. Maybe I need a Smarty Devs class from somebody who actually knows a lot about UI in Photoshop, not just UI in Studio. Oh, I'm going to put a frame in here and a UI stroke and all these things. No, like actual UI design from Photoshop. Yeah, that's going to be something interesting, as the Smarty Devs classes. And I think a lot of you guys are going to benefit from those. I think that those are going to be a lot of fun. So, Avalti, yes. Holy fuck, you mentioned me. Yes, I did mention you. You're welcome for answering your question. No guarantees that you get in, but yeah, it only took me years to get active. That's all. Just a few years, man. It's nothing. Nothing at all. Let's see. I really want to start developing games. You're doing great work. Thank you very much. You're really genuine. Appreciate it, man. Let's see. What inspired you to create a YouTube channel and help people to start deving on Roblox? Well, I considered myself good at building, and I considered myself as somebody who really wanted to do YouTube for a long time, and it just lined up naturally. Like, I started out, I was like, I want to be a Roblox YouTuber. It was kind of vague. I tried making like gameplay videos. If you go way back, I tried making free Roblox hat from this code videos, like about like Roblox promo codes. I tried a lot of things, but I ended up settling on making Roblox development content because it worked. There was less competition. It was really my lane. I was good at teaching. So I just went with that, and I did that ever since 2020. And now we're coming up on about 6 years of doing this stuff. So that's where we're at. Let's see. Spectre Dev. I want to learn UI. Yeah, man. Well, Avalti's got you if we let him on. I know I'm totally butchering his name again. Avaliti. I don't even know. It sounded cool when he said it. We'd have to hear it from him again. But let's see here. We got Roman. Let's see if your mic works. I'll invite you. Invite you up here, my man. Accept the request. Guys, I will teach all of you. Just make me instructor and I'll host classes. All right, we'll see about it, man. I think you're the only Roblox developer who wants to share their experience with others in a complete method. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I try to be all-encompassing. Like, I don't like doing just scripting tutorials or just building tutorials. I think you've noticed that. I like talking about business, right? Even if I'm not like the biggest dev ever, right? I'm not. I like talking about how do you run a team, because I've had experience in that. I like talking about what have I learned about making successful games from the few games that I did have get some success, like Jimmy Games with meme games. I like talking about all those different things that a lot of other channels don't cover. Like, even if they've been a successful dev or even if they have managed a team, they just don't talk about it. Or maybe they've hired people before, they just don't talk about it. There's a lot of things that people just don't cover on YouTube most of the time. And we do have the, what is it? The scripting tutorials, right? There's scripting tutorials, there's building tutorials, there's modeling tutorials. There's a lot of things that people like to cover, but they ignore a lot of the stuff that can be a little more abstract. Like, how do I get commissions? How do I project manage? How do I acquire a team? How do I run a business, right? And all these things are like things that people need to know. So I like covering that as well on my YouTube channel. Let's see. Can you DM me? Just message me. Let's see here. What do we got? Really want to lock in with my Roblox game development. It has been my passion. I got inspired by Hazem, the owner of Please Donate. Yeah. Well, I have a lot of videos on how to start, man. I mean, I've said this before, just start. But then after you just start, it's more important to just continue. Like, you have to keep doing it. So, yeah, get started, right, with Roblox building or scripting or modeling or UI design or whatever skill, or agentic coding, right, because that's the new thing. We have vibe coding. We can vibe code games, more or less. Go ahead and get that going, but then keep doing it. Like, a lot of people just stop. So, yeah, just start, but then just continue. And then just improve. I mean, it sounds vague, right? But really, that's what it is. I mean, you learn what it is that you're good at, and you learn your own process when you do it, right? So people can't fully give you the path for you in development or anything, really. It's all personalized. You have to figure that stuff out for yourself. What do I do? You got to figure it out. I sent picture in secret server, but I can point you in the right direction. All right, that's what we got this channel for. I sent picture in secret server. All right. Of what kind of problem everyone got. When y'all hiring? Yeah. Well, I've seen you messaging a lot, Avality. I'm just seeing your question. So we'll get more hosts on after we do one. So I would pipe down with asking about this stuff. You gotta calm down a little bit. We're going to get to you eventually and talk to you eventually about that and getting you on to teach UI classes. But first, we're going to do our classes that we have planned, which the first one we have planned is how to get hired in Smarty Devs, and just the process that goes into that. So we're going to be doing that. It should be on Saturday, this Saturday, around the morning in Pacific Standard Time. And that is going to be the first one. So after that, then we will be more open to adding other people in. But it'll be easier to do so once we have things established, once we have things already going. I see. So you're on Discord. It looks like I'm loading. I see that. I don't think that's a problem. Just go to the YouTube. It's probably, you know what it is? It's probably this. So I set the stream to ultra low latency. So do tell me on YouTube if it's a bit laggy, but ultra low latency can cause it to be a very large network hog. So my Discord might take the hit, which I'm fine with because YouTube is where everybody's going to watch anyway. Let's see here. Your camera's blank. My camera is blank. Doesn't look blank to me on the actual stream, so I'm not too worried. Not too worried, my man. Let's see. Would having prior knowledge of Roblox game development provide a significant head start on other types of game engines and programs? It can provide some. You might learn about the basics of programming, how that all works. You might learn about how to model. You might learn about how to build structures. You might learn about how to make UI, but I think that the skills you learn on Roblox, it's best if you stay on Roblox for as long as you can and try to get results there before you try moving on. Because a lot of people, they move on too quick, and then it's like you're just restarting from scratch. Because now you have to learn this new programming language and all this stuff and this new engine and all these new controls. I would avoid that at all costs, because why restart? Just why? Like, because you might get dopamine from trying a new engine? Like, what's the big deal? Like, do it after you've had a successful game. How about that? That's what I think. I would not go to a new engine until I have a popular game. Until I have another one. Other than Jimmy Games. Let's see. We got, what criteria does Roblox use to pay you? It's a lot of things, right? So they reward you for engagement. They change it. They seem to have changed it quite a lot. I believe it's engagement for Roblox Plus users, but correct me if I'm wrong. It might be the just general player engagement. If people play your game based on playtime, you get paid for that. Then there's game passes and developer products. There's also subscriptions. So there's a lot of different things that you can make money from. There's also shirts. There's avatar items. But really it's based on how you monetize your game, how well you do it, how well you position the product in the gameplay so people know it's necessary. Like I remember, I always go back to the example of Pet Simulator 99. Yes, Pet Simulator X and even 99, kind of considered an old game at this point, but on the left sidebar, they had a hoverboard and it had the button Q to equip it, but you had to pay Robux to get it. That was something that I bought. And that was something that was so natural, so obvious, like, oh, everybody needs to get around, that most people went out and they bought it, right? Most people who were really consistent in the game. So that was a really good, well-implemented piece of monetization to inspire from. And it's just an example, like, you create friction or you find friction in the gameplay and then you solve it with a game pass. Like, that's why Clash of Clans has you pay coins or something every time you are trying to skip waiting for something, because waiting is friction. So you pay away that friction. You charge them to skip things. And you can do the same thing on Roblox. Time friction, transportation friction, like Pet Simulator X. They had the hoverboard. That was a really good example of monetization there, because you're buying your way out of friction, out of things that make gameplay a little bit slower, a little bit more annoying. So that is where monetization can really take you, is in those different directions where you are tailoring to the friction in the gameplay. Like, obviously everybody's got to have coins, so having a dev product to have a coin package is always a good idea. And if you do those things right, if you add those, you can make money from your game, right? It's not super simple per se, right? There's a lot of different things you should add, and you should inspire from how other games monetize, but it does come down to your individual game, and it comes down to how well you actually put it in there. Because if you put a bunch of game passes in there and you don't have a promotion method, like you never show them on like a sign in the game, or there's no notification that pops up, which you shouldn't spam those, if there's nothing there pointing you to buy the game pass, so there's no real reason to, why would you do it? And a lot of people will add game passes and just not really make it prominent or potent to the user that you need to own this. So I would show that clearly, and then I wouldn't just spam like notifications. I would say, hey, like, if say you try to buy something in the shop, oh, you don't have enough coins, buy some coins here, yes or no, right? So you can afford this item, and then it charges them Robux to get those coins. Just friction points in the gameplay are where you want to monetize the most. And yeah, it comes down to how well you do it. It's not Roblox awarding you, it's the players awarding you for having a good game, a fun game that people actually want to play, that they stay in, that they want to progress in, that has a good core loop, that has alignment with player psychology and game design principles, that is highly engaging, gives them dopamine, that's very trend focused, that's instantly socially legible. You see the game on the homepage, you're like, steal a brain rot? I know what a brain rot is. I have to play this. Brain rot is funny as hell, right? Like, I don't know what Gen Alpha thinks when they see steal a brain rot, but it must be something that has to get them to play, because clearly it was one of the most successful games on Roblox ever. It got like, 25 million players online, 26 at peak last summer. That was wild, and that was one of the shining moments that showed, oh yeah, Roblox is the real deal. Like, it had more, I think that's the most players any online game has ever had at any given time, ever, on any platform. So Roblox is still big, and a lot of people are saying, oh, Roblox is going to die. Even if Roblox lost 10% of its audience, it would still be the most dominant or one of the most dominant online gaming platforms in the world. And I don't just say that because I make videos on it. You make videos on it, so you have to support them. Like, no. It's because this is what people want. People clearly want to play Roblox. And it comes down to like simple games. It's like mobile games. People want simple games. Yes, some people want more complicated games, but you can see most players are gravitating towards kick a lucky block or things like that. Will Roblox's updates to reduce low quality games actually make brain rot games go away? No, because if players want them, why would they shove those out of the picture? They're going to keep the games that people actually play and spend money on because that benefits them too. So they might push more high fidelity graphical games for an older audience. They might do that. But it doesn't change what the main player base is after. And you can see that just centralized in the top games that people actually play. You can see where the player base is centralized. You can see what games have the most players. It's not games that look like GTA 6 on Roblox. It's not. That's not what people come to Roblox for. And especially if you're on a phone, which is the number one device people actually play Roblox on, according to stats, right? And also just what you tend to do. Like, you probably started Roblox as an iPad kid. Like, I know that's where I started. I was an iPad kid back when I was like 12. I was like, oh yeah, I have an iPad. I want to play Roblox. So what do you gravitate towards? You don't gravitate towards Phantom Forces, which needs mouse accuracy, and it needs you to know how to actually handle shooting and these difficult mechanics that actually take skill. Nobody wants to play that on an iPad. People want to play simple games on an iPad or an iPhone. So that's also another reason, and a lot of the reason why people ignore the value of simple games. Like, why does everybody want Candy Crush on Roblox, like the equivalent of Candy Crush, like Steal a Brain Rot or Grow a Garden? They want something they can play mindlessly on their phone. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. And we just got to cater to that as devs. And I think the people who do that, they tend to do the best, because those games also take less resources to make. And most devs have no resources. You have no money. Like, that's the biggest complaint I hear from people. Like, when we did the last Q&A stream and we actually had people asking questions, cough, cough, you guys right now, ain't nobody even raising their hand. What, y'all scared? But yeah, anyway, we got the people coming on there, and a lot of guys are saying, oh yeah, I don't have money. I don't have Robux. What do I do? Right? How do I fund my games? How do I hire devs? And the answer is, well, first of all, don't hire devs. We've covered that extensively. Get out of the mindset that you need to hire devs immediately. Like, what's the rush, bro? You don't need to do that. But second of all, there are ways to earn money on Roblox. Like, there are ways to do it. There are simple games, and those are going to be easier than making an open world massive map. Like, we've talked about this all the time. Don't make your passion project first. I'm not against passion. I think passion is useful. It's good. But it shouldn't take you in this direction that isn't going to be profitable ever, right? You got to have some strategy to what you do. And understanding that is essential. Like, if you are just sitting there making the same game for years that never releases, of course you're not going to make money. Of course. Duh. So I don't know why people have a problem with that. Like, oh, make simple games first. It's slop. Dude, all that small devs can make is slop. So if you are a smaller developer, like, make all the slop you want, because you don't have a team of 15 people. You aren't GTA. You know, if you want people making GTA on Roblox, have you even looked up how many devs work on GTA? Thousands. Literal thousands of developers. How do you expect a new dev to have that level of skill that they can replace a team of thousands? That's insane. That is not logical. So stop expecting people to make the most complex open world game ever on Roblox. It's going to take them years and years, and it probably won't be the level of Rockstar games anyway. And then they'll probably never release it because they'll probably burn out trying to build something that big. Let's just be honest. So I think that whole idea that you just need to make passion games, it becomes this very binary thing where it's like, dude, do you know who the average dev is? They're like a 16-year-old, a 17-year-old, 15-year-old who doesn't have money, who doesn't have that much time. They're in school. There's somebody who can't make Skyrim on Roblox, who can't make these complex games. And the fact that players on Roblox want simple games to begin with, that is a blessing, because that means that you don't even need the resources to make something popular. So yeah, should you make more complex, detailed, fun games later once you have put out like a Tycoon or something and made some Robux? Sure. I'm not saying to never level up. If you think that's your version of leveling up, right? Do you think that's better? Reaching that older audience, making something with more options in how you play, having a skill tree and all these complicated things, you know, and having an open world map and having it be this massive RPG game or anime game, your dream game, right? If you want to do that, by all means, go ahead. But like, get yourself the resources first. Don't be stupid and be like, oh, I'm a one-man team, I'm going to build GTA 6. Like, that isn't how it works. All right, Roman, we'll let you on. Oh, invite sent. Yeah, I already invited you, bro. All right, let's take a look at the YouTube chat. I have been riffing on this for a little bit. What do you mean, Mr. Krabs? You don't want money? Oh yeah, Spectre Dev is right about that. Like somebody said, Mr. Krabs. Yeah, bro, we all gotta eat. But beyond that, like even if you're a teen and you're developing and your parents pay for you, you know, you don't need to avoid making money. You should pursue it. Like, don't just spend every waking hour trying to make money, but pursue the projects that can be profitable. Because why not also make money from doing what you love? Why not also make money from making your Roblox maps or your scripts or making simple games with AI and a friend who can build? Why not? Why not? That's the real question. Why not make some money? If you can, if we're on this platform that lets you do that, why not? But if you don't make money, you can never scale into being a studio. Like you can work with your friends, but you can't hire people. If you want to hire people to make more complicated games, you are going to have to earn money at some point. Let's stop being delusional. Let's stop being delusional out here. Let's see. People hate money. That's why they hate slop. Yeah. Well, people look. Is there genuine slop on Roblox? Maybe some games, but most games, I would argue, are not slop. They're just games that people like to play. Like if it's popular, there's a reason. There's a reason. And half my videos have been about pointing that out. And I called them like the hobbyist hive mind, whatever. They're just people who don't understand incentives about development. It's just there's a lot of people who think that development is not about money at all, and I don't think it's only about money. That's a big misconception, but money definitely plays a role. So ignoring that and ignoring strategy is just foolish, right? Yeah, should you just make games for money? No, don't only make games for money. You can, right? But should you only make games for passion? That can on occasion work, right? People will argue that if you're really, really skilled and you actually put something out there, but it's rare. It's very rare. And that person who makes money from their passion, they also happen to put a price tag on it. Like they also put a Game Pass in there. So even if they're saying, oh yeah, I made this only for passion, let's open up the Game Pass store real quick. Oh, 149 Robux? Really? So you're telling me you didn't want to make any money off your work at all, and you did it only for passion, but there's a Game Pass store with like 15 Game Passes in here. Do I smell a contradiction? Right? And there's nothing wrong with that, right? A lot of people say they only make their games for passion to kind of virtue signal, like, oh yeah, I don't try to make money ever, right? And you can just be honest about it. Like, yeah, I want to make some money. Like, I made a game I love, sure, but I also want to make money from it. Like, I love my simulator. Who says I can't be passionate about my simulator? You can be passionate about a simple game. That's another misconception. Oh, I can only be passionate about Need for Speed. If I make a driving game on Roblox with realistic drag racing and cars that look like real life and fancy reflections and all this stuff, if that's the only thing that you can be passionate about, like, how does that make any sense? Like, what if I'm passionate about making simulators and simple games? What if I hate Need for Speed on Roblox? What if I hate really complex games? What if I hate drag racing games on Roblox? What if I hate having something like GTA on Roblox? What if that's not my type of game? What if I am passionate about slop? Have you ever thought about that? So there's a lot of contradictions in that mindset, in the hobbyist mindset. Let's see. Smarty, talk about the mental side of things, how to keep focused, how to keep consistent, deal with rejection and stuff like that. So the mental side of things is something where I think that mass exposure fixes a lot of those things, and staying continuous in what you do, right? So we talk a lot about, oh yeah, the focus, the mental discipline. Like I used to think that stuff was valuable, but I've shifted more into thinking like, look, if you post 50 YouTube videos and you get hate comments on every single one, the first hate comment might sting, but on the 50th video, you're probably not going to think anything of it. So really, it was more about the exposure and the continuity across time and the consistency of it that normalized getting hate comments. So I think that you should just focus on like doing what you want to do, yes, but then continuing it. And then over time, like exposing yourself to more people, more viewers on YouTube, more commissioners, more conversations, more devs, and the more like abundance and exposure that you put yourself through, the more of a pressure chamber it is that removes, fear of rejection, fear of not getting hired, fear of whatever, fear of not making a dev friend, whatever it happens to be. It removes that because everything becomes normal to you at a certain point, right? The only reason why you have those problems, like focus problems or whatever, is because you just haven't done it for long enough, or rejection problems or whatever. It's like you haven't done it for long enough. That's it, really. Like the people who have done YouTube for so long and gotten millions of comments and like Mr. Beast, I don't think he cares about a hate comment, but he probably cared about them when he first started because he had very few and he wasn't a YouTuber yet because he hadn't done it for long enough to consider himself one. But now, like, dude, he's been so saturated with comments, he can't even possibly read all of them. So that's really what I would say about that, is just focus on actually doing the thing and continuing to do it across time, not stopping it. And not like the cringe motivation way, like, don't quit, don't stop. No, it's just like hold the thread. Like, don't just suddenly drop off one day. Like, that's the biggest problem I see with a lot of devs is you'll hire them or try to work with them, and then they're like, yeah, let's do this. This is really exciting. Let's go. This is going to be successful. We're going to make Pet Simulator 100. They're going to make the new Pet Simulator in 2026. And then they just disappear. Like, they just poof, gone. Because they got excited, but they couldn't hold the thread. It's better to be bored and be like, yeah, I'm going to make this game, and then keep doing it for a week until you drop it. This is so boring, man. But if you actually get it out there, you beat the guy who gets really excited and then drops off 3 days in and can't even stay as a team member because he's just running on emotion and excitement rather than just continuity and just sticking to the damn thing that you said you're going to do. So that's really what I would say, is stop focusing on the mental side, because really what makes you results in anything, including development, is actual stuff that you've made, like YouTube videos, live streams for me on YouTube, actual games, actual commissions taken. If there's something you can measure, something you can see that you've actually built, that is what matters, because what's in your head is in your head, right? But you can just let reality change that stuff for you. Don't like turn yourself into a therapist and try to fix your brain before you try to make a Roblox game. Like, just make the game. Just make the game. Let's see here. We got a lot of questions coming in. And guys, it would be better, I highly would recommend that you go on the Discord stage if you're in the YouTube chat and ask the question, because then we can have a conversation, right? I'm willing to answer them from the chat, but I would highly recommend that you go on there, because the conversation is what this is all about. But we are going to take a quick intermission for one moment, and I'll be right back. Hey, we are back. We are back in business, my man. Okay. Hold up. Turn off this cringe music. Discord stage music is elevator music. Don't turn that on. To drink the monster or not to drink the monster? I like them. My cousin was like, bro, don't drink those. That's gonna spike your cortisol. I'm like, they're good. I like them. This flavor is good. Not a sponsor, not a sale, but in my opinion, I think the main problem. This is not like health advice, but I think the main problem with having like a monster, right, is having coffee and a monster. Like, people don't realize that a cup of coffee has like 70 milligrams of caffeine, right? Look at your coffee ingredients, your nutritional facts. Take a look. It's like 70, 80 milligrams for a small cup. So, and it can vary depending on like the strength of the brew, whatever. If you're having a few cups, which most people do, my family definitely drinks a lot of coffee. I definitely drink multiple cups. You're easily having as much caffeine as in an energy drink, if not more, just by having a few cups. 70, 140, let's see, 210, 280, 350 milligrams at 5 cups, right? That is a lot of caffeine, especially if you have giant mugs. Like, nobody ever thinks about this. Like, if you have a big old mug, hoiking dad. I'm not a dad. But if you have a big old mug, right? This isn't even that big of a mug, but if you have a really big mug, you might be drinking that full, like 120 milligrams in 1 cup. So I think that when you're having a problem with that, often, I think it's the monster on top of, because it's really easy to have a lot of caffeine in Monster. Like, let's do the mathematics. 160 milligrams per can. Like, that's not even that much compared to what people drink in coffee. Like, just being honest. Like, it's not even that much because people have multiple cups. Like, that's the truth. So you're having more caffeine here. And then again, not like an endorsement of drinking too much caffeine, right? Be responsible about your intake. But if you ask me, I think a Monster is honestly safer. Not health advice, but I think it's safer because they also have taurine and stuff. And taurine and a lot of these other things actually kind of relax you. So they add these things that kind of balance out the effects of the caffeine, which is why you don't get the jitters as much when you have an energy drink as opposed to coffee, because it's also balancing out the caffeine with taurine, with L-theanine, and they're kind of like a natural thing. Like, I have that over on my dresser. It's like taurine or L-theanine because you can have that stuff to help you sleep. It can relax you a little bit. Doesn't do much for me. Like, I must be just amped up and high energy all the time. I don't even know why I drink coffee, because I just wake up like I have caffeine in my blood. Like, I'm a high energy guy, so I don't even know why I drink coffee. It's just, I just like it. Same for energy drinks. But I try to only have one or the other, or I have very minimal coffee if I have an energy drink as well. And yeah, if you think about that, if you have 3 cups of coffee in the morning, right? 7, 14, 21. Now you add in a Monster energy drink on top. That's 160. That is easily like 370 milligrams of caffeine. So no wonder you're having a problem with cortisol, right? So if all you had was the Monster, you'd probably be fine. You'd probably be fine if you have like a tolerance. Like, if you're like a kid, probably don't drink a Monster. Probably don't drink a ton of caffeine. That's what they say anyway. But if you have a tolerance or you're older, probably fine. Let's just be honest. But let's see here. We got my coworker used to pour vodka in his coffee. I was dead when I saw that, bro. That's crazy. Let's see. Smarty, personal question. What do you do in your day-to-day life? Talk a bit about yourself. Busy with what? Well, I often will work. Like, I've been doing a lot of vibe coding. I often will work on that. I've been taking a break from vibe coding, doing more content recently. What else do I like to do? I definitely like to hike. I like to geocache. I like to You know, hang out with my friends. What else I like to do? I like to go to the gym. I like to drink Monsters more than I like coffee. Drink too much caffeine. No. Yeah, there's a lot of things I like to do. Let's see. What we got here? Busy. How many projects do I work on, or what projects I work on? Well, I also manage a team of devs. So like, I got 2 guys in the Philippines who like, they are devs in this. I have this group called Brain Rot Verse, which is really under my company Smarty Media. Smarty Media is just the company I made for my YouTube channel, but I'm letting it expand into games and kind of become a game studio. We are a studio at this point, not like we haven't published a game yet, but we have prototypes going. Because we were polishing a game too much, and we decided to cut it for months and months. A Brain Rot shooter game. So now we're just making like weekly prototypes. So these guys, Jesse and Mike, my 2 programmer guys, they're really good, really reliable, mainly. They work each week on a new prototype, and then we are going to decide out of the prototypes they made in the month, which ends up being like 7 or 8, which one is going to get polished to release. So it's kind of like a competition of the prototypes, battle of the prototypes to find the best one. And then the best one gets published, it gets marketed, it gets an icon, it gets a thumbnail, it gets promotion via sponsors, it gets all those things. So that is a big thing that I do in my work for sure. Your camera is bugged in the stage, plus we can't hear you. You should be able to hear me. I think that's your end. The camera's bugged because I am on a stream on YouTube. And on YouTube it's not a problem. Let's see. I might just turn it off on Discord. I'll leave it on. Let's see here. What do we got here? What I'm working with. When I'm having someone I'm working with, it changes everything. Having someone to talk to about your ideas and all is really nice. Yes, it is. And you should call them. You should have a call. Calling is better than just chatting on text on Discord. I am curious. Have you engaged with any popular Roblox game developer? Yeah. One example is One Cole. I had a good chat with him one time. He's a really chill dude. One Cole, he's a pretty big dev. Even in that video where they were showing, oh, these Roblox developers make millions. Like, yeah, One Cole, he's a very big dev. I know other successful devs, a lot in Dev Create actually. Dev Create is my server for Roblox developers, Roblox development content creators, not Roblox developers. So those people often are devs and often will have like a big game, 4,000 CCU or something. And it's always cool to see that. Good to chat with those types of people. Can learn a lot. Let's see here. Let us see. Lettuce and burger. What are y'all yapping about? Hold up. Some chick riz here and there. Yeah, you know it. Let's see. Let's see here. Yes, that's a big thing, at least for what you do. Da 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 da. Yeah, that's interesting because on Discord I clearly see that there is my green little box around me, so therefore you should be able to hear me. Let's see, audio, microphone. It's on the right mic, so it should work. It should work. Any particular way you get game ideas? Let's see. I see a lot of people requesting to speak and then stopping. Like, bro, just stick to your decision. Stick to your decision. Get up here. Get up here. Do not fear. Hey, Smarty. Thoughts on pursuing other businesses that to use funds to hire team? Yeah, you can do that. I mean, that can work. Like, if you or getting a job, right? Just to fund your games, you can do that. Any tips for doing investment? I haven't really gotten any investment in a game from other people. If you're looking to do that, there's a lot of people who are willing to. Just get yourself out there. Same thing as people trying to take commissions. Promote yourself. Make yourself a Twitter account. Make yourself presence on these Roblox development Discord servers. Shameless plug. Join Smarty Devs below. We're going to be doing classes in there as well very, very soon. So it'll be a good place to be. Let's see here. I have loads of friends. How to get off fake drama that was going on for 9 months that destroys your reputation. Well, what type of fake drama? In person or on Roblox development? If it's on Roblox, just do your best to clear it up. Make a post, make a video, move on, talk to new people. That would be really the main thing, is just move on from it. Get into new circles. Don't stay in the same ones. That would be the number one thing, because it's going to haunt you if you're in the same ones, obviously, because they all know, or they all have the same awareness of the drama, if it's false drama. Let's see. 1,000 times is requested to speak. What's up? Hello? I can't hear him. Can you guys in the stage hear him? Maybe people don't have perms. Maybe that's the problem. Check our permissions. Let's see here at everyone. Well, we have member. Nope. Oh, member wasn't even in there. Let's see. Oh, that made them a stage moderator? Crap. I don't know what I'm doing, dude. I don't know how to operate Discord. How do you operate this thing? I am a boomer. No. Oh, this is where I'm supposed to go. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. View channel. Connect. Video. Mentions. I think this is fine. Let's see. At everyone. Video. Why am I using that accent? Hold up. Everyone are having the same problem. Yeah, people are having the same exact problem. So in that case, I think it's this chat. So we're going to join General VC. So if you want to ask a question, go in there. Okay. Wait, am I in a stage and VC at the same time? That's weird. Hey. I think we can hear you here.
Oh.
Can you hear me?
We got two people. What's up?
Yeah, what's up?
What is
Oh
up?
yeah, I want to talk like yeah, it's about the stage. The first time everyone is having the same problem.
Yeah,
and
we need a
even if-
moderator to fix it. Because it might be a permissions issue.
Yeah, that's true. Like I'm thinking about like even if I'm able to speak, like I will only like hear your
Yeah.
voice from the live, you know. So it will be
Yeah.
like
Well,
very delayed. But here
no, I
it's
think I don't think it's a permission issue. I think it's a Discord issue because right now we can hear you talking like your video cam and everything. Because
Yeah.
in general stage, like it's saying that error code 213 or something. Your camera
I think
feels low.
stages just kind of suck. I think they just kind of suck. Let's just be honest. But yeah, I guess we got a
Yeah.
few people in here who are with their mics
Two,
on for
Three
once.
people.
Yeah, we got 3 people. So honestly, I guess
people
we'll have the Q&A with 3
Crazy.
people at a time. I wonder how that'll work. Let's see. Just don't talk over each other. Let's see. I gotta shrink myself in the
Yeah.
stream. Yeah. So whoever's first up, just ask your first question. We'll try to keep it quick.
Oh, okay. I want to ask about like, are you like interested in like working together, in the future? If you see like some potential, like because I'm really interested in working together to make games, and I can like show you what like we can talk over this like uh, privately. I mean,
Yeah, just send
but
me a DM and show your work. Like, what's your portfolio?
okay,
And we can talk about it.
okay, sure.
Yeah, man.
I can do that. I can do.
Is there something specific you'd like to work together on?
Hi guys, what's up?
What's up?
Oh yeah, what's up?
Welcome, Steve.
So yeah, if you're talking about something specific, I really like incremental games, and I hope that is what we'll be like working on in the future. But if you really think about it, every games here is like just an incremental games overall. Even like the most the tsunami game and everything, like everything is just simply an incremental game, and it's just like it's there is like a lot of genre of course on like game development overall, but I think like when you try to grind on something, like you have something to grind on, like for example like the last time we have like the forge, we need to grind on something. All of it is just a form of incremental games, but the one that I actually like is the one that
It's
make numbers
crack-a-lacking.
go up. Oh, sorry.
No, continue.
So yeah.
Yeah, incremental games seem to be the popular thing. I mean, they have been for a long time. I mean, if you look at
Yeah.
just the simulators, I mean, it's been like that for years. And obviously, they've gotten better, despite what people want to say, like, "Oh, simulators suck." Like, I think they've gotten higher quality. Like, they have more to them now. They have more VFX. They have more improved UI. There's things that have gotten better in simulators since like 2017, 2018.
sure.
Yeah, does somebody else have a question?
How to make money making Roblox games as a Roblox developer in 2026? What's the
How to make
method?
money. There's a lot of methods. I mean, I have a lot of videos on this, and obviously right now, like, fully transparent, I don't have like a massive game out. So I don't have like a ton of CCU. My main way of making money from Roblox right now is teaching Roblox development, making videos, showing people how to make games with AI lately, things like that. So just teaching other devs is one method, and obviously I'm gonna go to that first. Like, people who have any level of skill can do that. We might actually, when we do the advanced classes here in Smarty Devs, what I'd like to look into is making it so that you guys could earn money. Like, if you're a class host, you could earn money from running the class. Like, say you get a percentage of the cost that it takes people to join, you get some of that income. I think that'd be a really cool way to incentivize people to do it. Now, of course, most of the classes are going to be free. Something also that I like about the class host thing is, like, you're talking about how to make money. Well, something very tied into that is how do I get reach? Well, this seems to be a very
That's my
good way
next
for a lot of you guys to get reach. Like, a lot of people will be able to get a lot of attention just from joining the slot for making a Smarty Devs class and promoting themselves through that. So there's the class system is going to be a really good essential part of Smarty Devs, because really it improves the server on a lot of fronts. Like, it gives people activity, but also there's a lot of benefit to the class hosts. Like, there's a huge incentive to join that. Like, you could potentially make money if we end up monetizing the advanced classes later. You could get some reach, right? Promoting yourself, of course, lightly, but inside of there, I'm sure that a Smarty Devs class could lead to you getting some of an audience. You could get people from that class to go and watch YouTube tutorials like Avality. If you become a class host, if we let you on, if we decide that you are qualified, which your UI looks pretty decent, so we might be able to do that. So if you're a class host, though, for example, you could be posting YouTube videos about how to make UI, and then the people who watch your class from Smarty Devs, they can go to your channel. So there's a lot of benefits to that.
Yo, Smarty, I want to talk to you about something.
What's up?
I noticed that recently there's less and less focus on the social aspects of Roblox, and games that are popular right now, they're pretty much about trolling,
I love
and
Roblox.
some games completely removed this feature at all, that you can interact with other people. Like, you get a base, you grind there, you don't even visit the other people's place most of the time. and you play alone. You know what I'm saying? And back in the days, there were a lot of more games that were. It was much more about the social aspects. Like, what do you think? Could a cooperative game be successful nowadays, or something like that? Some kind of teamwork features and all that. You know?
Yeah, what type of social games are we
Do
talking about?
you-
Like a 2-player hobby?
No, not even that. Not even that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well,
Most of the games that you join,
yeah, you're saying
most
most of
of
them
the
are
games
based
that
on
you can
like
find on
chaotic
Roblox,
mechanics, solo.
yeah,
You're asking if that
yeah,
can
yeah.
come back. I mean, it could if you have the right idea. I mean, obviously, what Roblox players are pointing their attention toward is indicative of what they want. Like if everybody's on those types of incremental simulators and things that are more solo, steal a brain rot, those things, they don't usually have teamwork involved. If people are pointed towards that, that does say a lot about where the audience is focused, like where the player base is focused and what people actually want. But you could bring that back. Now, an interesting way to do that would be combining, right? Like, what if there was a game like Steal a
Exactly.
Brain Rot where it's a 2-player Steal a Brain Rot? That might be a big idea.
I see.
You know, like if you can take what people are already playing and then add in your idea of having it have collaboration, that could be
just
something
look
that
at
brings that back.
Survive 99. Right. Okay.
Yeah,
For
so
example,
I would try that. I would focus on
999
that
in the
first.
forest.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Awesome.
Great.
Continue.
Did you ever try Survive 99 Nights in the Forest?
No, I never played that game, but I know it's a popular one.
Yeah, you should check it out, bro.
Yeah, I should play that. But I like the idea of taking what people are already invested in and then adding teamwork into that. I think that would be the best way to do it because, I mean, obviously players are going to be focused on what they're focused on. Like if everybody's on Steal a Brain Rot or Kick a Lucky Block, making a 2-player version of that seems to be like the best way or the simplest way to add in a little bit of collaboration. So if you're trying to make one of those games, I'd start where people are already focused. I'd start where attention's already saturated on Roblox because what is already popular is a model you can base off of. And yeah, 99 Nights in the Forest, what was the teamwork in that game? Because I did not try it, so I don't know all the details of that, but what was the actual teamwork like?
Well, it's basically a survival game. It's not that complex, not that complicated. You just join with a few of your friends, you collect food, you explore the map. You basically got to level up your campfire. So the higher the higher your campfire's level is, the bigger the map gets. You can explore the map bigger. And that's it. That's the whole game. Some nights there are day and night cycles, and when there's night, the zombies are coming or some cultists are attacking your base.
Yeah, I don't see why if that was popular.
Did
I don't see
any of
why
you
another
guys
game
play
like that couldn't
Survive
be
99
successful.
Nights?
I don't see why another
It has
game like that couldn't be. You just need the right
200,000
idea.
CPU.
So
Interesting.
with the right idea, it could work again. But I mean, you're asking about it like a very specific mechanic. I mean, if you make a game on that, like it could work. It could also not work. If you make a destruction game on Roblox, like that's something that I've seen is missing. Like for example, if you've looked at old Roblox, there were a lot of games that had like rocket launchers, or you'd blow up like somebody's base. Like for example, Doomspire Brick Battle. On those games, the focus was on like just destroying shit. So that is something that I haven't seen on Roblox in a long time. And when I think about bringing back a mechanic or a type of game, I usually think about that because that's something that I have always wanted to do, is bring back the destruction games on Roblox. Like, where do those even go? Like, where did
I
the
see.
games like Doomspire Brick Battle go? Where did the games where you blow up a giant noob go? Where did these games that kind of made classic Roblox what it was even go? They just
Well, I
disappeared.
mean that seems kind of outdated, bro. But just imagine a
Blowing things up is
troll
outdated.
tower.
You think blowing things up
No,
is
no,
outdated?
not that, but the giant noob thing. So let's say that you take a map, throw tower. Noobs can't or trolls can't break this tower, right? But if you step to the fourth level or the fifth level, there's a button that you can press for like 50 Robux or 100 Robux, and that blows up a level. And you can add the game pass that blows up the whole map. Of course, it would reset, but I think that would be pretty fun. Yeah.
Look, Avality, I see your chats, your little chats, dude. This is a stream on my channel. I'd like to remind you that. So, if this is a one-player discussion more than a Q&A, go ahead somewhere else if you want. Just if you want somewhere where the main thing isn't going to be like Smarty, because this is my stream. So like if you want your own Q&A, if you want your own discussion, you got to start your own. But anyway, so as to what you're saying, yeah, there's a lot of mechanics that you can do, and I think there are a lot of types of games that aren't really being made right now, and that's one of the main ones. Like bringing back old mechanics, I think there's a risk to it because a lot of people are like, well, I want this to come back. Like you want collaboration to come back. That is something that you could do, but it's just you don't know if it's going to be successful right away, because if there aren't that many games that are popular that have one like multiple players, then like multiple players and on a team or something, you don't know. It's not proven by the market, so it's market demand, right?
Right.
And we talk a lot on this channel about like aligning toward what the market wants, right? You don't have to always do that. You don't have to always go toward what people are already making games about, but you can if you want. So, if you want
I don't want to copy a game. I don't want to remake a game, but I want to. I want to bring back the old mechanics, but in a new fashioned way. Like you said, destruction, but somehow modern and even more creative than it was back in the days. And the other thing is, 80% of Roblox players, that's a known fact, are mobile players. So I can understand why some games just simply put you in one spot, in one base or in one slot, I don't know, and then just zombies keep coming at your base. Like last time I played this game, it was very crazy. It was an awesome idea. You had a base, and it was like grow a garden, but you could put turrets in your base. And next to you, there were several other bases from other players. You could check out their bases, and then you could press the button. Zombies kept coming at you. The turrets. You started with a crossbow, then you bought a flamethrower, and then it kept going and going. I can understand why those games are popular because there's so many players playing on mobile. They just hop on. They see these games. They don't even want to interact with other people. But I don't know, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't. I mean, you're asking me about whether or not this would work. I mean, just try it out. Like, that's the real answer. I don't see why it wouldn't if you had a good idea. And that's really all I can say to that.
Yeah. Cool.
Just try it out. Yeah. I mean, destruction games are just what I connected to because there's a lot of mechanics. Like, you're talking about collaboration. But destruction mechanics I connected to because that is something that's clearly missing right now on Roblox. Where did it go? You know, where did the destruction mechanics go? So yeah, it might say, oh, players don't want that, but it also could say maybe there's a gap in the market, and you really only know once you try. Like once you try putting the game out there on that. So the market will be like the final judge on that. Let's see here. Who has another question?
Wait, bro,
Let's get somebody else on
he
here.
has a question.
Yeah,
does Smurf any like game like released?
Yeah, so okay, on specific games I've released, like I have some recent games that I've released. They are in a group called Wild Wild Worlds. Hold on, whoever's talking. Hold on for your turn. They are like vibe coded games. They have not gotten like a ton of players. I have a group called Full Throttle Fun that has a game called Steal a Bus. So that game got some players. Did better than the others in stats, but it still needs improvements in like the long-term retention. So I haven't had a successful game in a while, and I'm building up towards having another one. And I've been using a lot of AI. I've been vibe coding. I've taught about the vibe coding experiences on YouTube. I've learned like the limits of AI, but honestly, I think that focusing so much on AI has cost me. And that's why I tell people now, like, don't spend your entire day on AI, because I learned that the hard way over the last several months. Trying to get AI to do everything, it just can't yet. Like, it isn't quite at that level. And also, everybody has access to it if they're able to pay a little bit of money. Like, if everybody's able to pay money for Claude Code and use it, it's not really an advantage anymore to have AI. So if you want to leverage AI, like, you should. Some people will be better at it than others, but also like teamwork and getting somebody who can do the things AI can't do, like a builder and a modeler. That is something that's really going to help you out, because like, that person can cover those aspects. So yeah, remind me of your original question. Oh yeah, my games that I've worked on. So yeah, that's really where I'm at. So beyond that, right, we had Jimmy Games back in like 2021 to 2023, 2024. And they had like hundreds of players, once reached like 700. And that was really the peak for me, and they were like meme games. So I learned quite a bit about how like trend games and simple games can work. And that's like the basis for a lot of the stuff I talk about on YouTube. But in a while, no.
And make a game based on trend, or
yeah, so I'm focused on making games based on the trends. So like, for example, like Steal a Bus was obviously based on the Steal a Brain Rot trend. There's other ones, right? There's other ones that I would like to do based on the trend. Based on like Kick a Lucky Block definitely brings some ideas to mind, because that's brand new. And everybody kind of aligns toward that. Like, everybody comes up with kind of like a new brain rot template, for example, like Kick a Lucky Block or Steal A or whatever else. All those games are things that people can instantly understand. And the template worked, and people copied it because it was proven in the market. So yeah, would I like to do the trend games? Absolutely. I would start with that too, because I think there's less risk to making a trend game than a creative idea. So focusing there first is a good idea. But hey, then again, we have guys like Leaf. He's like a dev content creator who made a game.
Oh yeah, I heard of him.
Yeah, Slime RNG or something, or RPG.
Slime RNG, yeah.
Yeah, Slime RNG.
Yeah. I remember his first game.
Kudos to him. That's a unique idea.
Oh, he made like a game with Road Builder. And Road Builder did the map, and then he did the scripting. Yeah, he just like did that whole game, and then it went viral.
Marty,
and had like a bunch of
what
players.
was Jimmy Games about?
It didn't have as much players as Slime RNG, but it definitely has some players.
Which game? Yeah, the game he made with Road Builder. Which one did he make with Road Builder?
It was like
I gotta mute this person.
it's like with tanks or something like that. I'm not sure what it was called, but it was with tanks.
Yeah, it was a game with tanks. I'd like to try that out. It's probably pretty cool. I still need to try Slime RNG. I mean, that was a massive breakthrough, and it looks creative. So like, a creative idea can work. It's not like it can never work. It's just less of a safe bet, especially for a newer dev or somebody who's not spending like all day every day on development for months. So that can work. It's just like you're taking a gamble. So if I'm here like trying to build back up to where I was in Jimmy Games, or beat it, like preferably beat it, get thousands of CCU rather than hundreds or up to 700, I would focus again on trends first. Like, and that's what I talk about on YouTube, like trends first, strategy first, over just making whatever you want to make. And taking the gamble though sometimes is worth it, like just pursuing your creative idea, but it's better to have like a basis first in making trend games or games that are already proven to work. It's kind of like when you start YouTube content, same thing. Like, you often want to start kind of not mimicking, but kind of making the same format as the top people in your niche. Like, for example, I started out making Roblox tutorials, Roblox dev tutorials, and I kind of mimicked after what the top people were doing. But then from there, I was able to develop my own style and my own format but only after I built up the basis, the skill set, understanding how to edit, understanding how to speak on camera, understanding all the different things that go into that, explaining Roblox development, understanding the different skills. So that was really where things came about. And it's the same thing in development. It's like starting out, copying the trends even, or mimicking after them, or making a game in kind of like one of those templates like Stila or My Singing or whatever, right? That can work at first, and then you can transition later.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask some. Oh, okay.
Hey,
Go for it.
Smarty.
Can I ask
What's up?
Right. So can I ask a couple questions?
Yeah, you can ask a few questions. What's up?
Right, sweet. So, I got 2 questions. The first is, when is Dev Class releasing, bro? Because like you said, soon, but I just want an estimated release date, because like so I can look forward to it, you know.
Yeah, for sure. We're doing the first one on the weekend, so it should be on Saturday, but we're gonna announce that inside of the announcements channel when we get the final confirmation. But we have like a general time. It'll probably be in the morning on Saturday.
So will y'all announce their accepted applicants, instructors?
It's on hiring, so this first one is going to be with somebody who's on our staff team in Smarty Devs, but after that we will go on to making ones with community members. So I know you're very eager, clearly, to have a class. That is something that like we want to see people who actually want to do it. So that's good that you want to do it. But
All right.
what just happened to my screen? But
All right. So my second question is.
Hold on.
Okay.
But we definitely need to get the first ones done before we really add a ton of people in as instructors. So you will see the announcements of who's the new instructors after we have a few classes done. Like until then, we're probably not going to add like droves of people in, because we don't want to add all kinds of people before we even know that the format works. So yeah, next question.
All right. So my next question is more of a, controversial question. So, so you already know about the change that Roblox is making, right? With the new Roblox Plus subscription, and like you gotta have a Roblox Plus subscription to make, a game and stuff, and that DevX rate is increasing, but only for 18 plus and R15 type of games. So just could you give an input on that and shit like that?
On the Roblox Plus subscriptions impact?
Yeah, just the new updates, bro.
Yeah, well, the main thing from that is like, okay, people are concerned about paying $5 a month for having a game published on the platform. Like, it's not that big of a deal to pay $5. Like, yeah, I would prefer if it was free. I think it should be free, ideally. But if you're really dedicated to this, $5 on its own isn't that big of a deal to pay, especially if you're making some money from Roblox already. So I would just pay up. I would just get over the Roblox Plus changes. Like, yeah, it's going to make it so that the platform is a little bit more split off. But I think that it's not too drastic a change where you can't adapt.
Yeah, but you gotta understand that. Hold on. You gotta understand that most Roblox developers are kids, including myself. So I don't know, but like unless you're like from the US or something where you get allowance and stuff, but like, having $5 is a bit crazy, you know. Like I know it sounds crazy, but like for people like me since I'm from India, having $5 is crazy because you could buy like 2 days worth of food for that.
Yeah.
If you're like eager and stuff. So what do you say? Getting $5 just to publish a Roblox game, which has no guaranteed chances of even succeeding, is a bit crazy. So ain't that a bit bad?
Well, it depends, right? Because there's ways to get $5. Like even if you are from a country where you don't have as much money, right? In most cases, you can find a way, right? Like you can get a commission from somebody who's in America and they might pay you more,
that's true.
right? So that is a way you can actually mitigate that, is finding methods to make money by getting hired by people who are across seas. Like people do that all the time. Like there are job hiring sites for specific countries that might be considered like a third world country. and they will get hired by people across seas. And now, to the people in their area, they are rich, like or they're or not rich, but they're making a better wage than most people who live around them, just because they got a little video editing job or a virtual assistant job. And to the person in America, it's like it doesn't feel like they're paying them that much, but to them it's like, whoa, okay, this is good money compared to what people working down at the shop down the street or whatever are making. So I mean, there are ways to mitigate that. There are ways to work around that issue.
Yes.
Well, so my sub question is like, so do you know about the increase of the DevX rate, like 42%?
Yeah, for 18 plus games.
Since so the DevX rate is increasing by 42%. So for 18 plus games with R15, so specifically for US players. So how will that affect the current game economy? So will players just magically, just make 18 plus games, or will they still stick to kids game? Because most of the income, most of the money is from US players. That's where most devs target. So can I get an input on that?
Yeah, how do you make money from 18 plus games? Well, I think you're going to still have less players on 18 plus games. It's just now you're making more money from the same smaller group of players. And it might bring more devs onto the platform to begin with if people are incentivized to make 18 plus games, or it might bring more 18 plus players on because now there's a bigger pool of 18 plus games because people are monetarily incentivized to do it, to make those. So I think the main benefit that would come from that, the DevX increase, but then from the DevX increase, devs are more incentivized to make those games, which can bring more 18 plus players on and create kind of a flywheel effect where things just go up and up. Obviously not infinitely up and up, but it will improve that demographic. I still think that most games that people want to play are going to be the simple games, the quote-unquote brain rot games. I think that's still going to dominate, but we'll see those 18 plus games become more prominent. I think it will take a little bit because those games are hard to produce, but I think you'll see that over the next few months or maybe the next year, those games starting to rise up and more of them coming out and potentially more 18 plus players coming over, even from like Steam, especially if Roblox improves their engine, right? They might come even from Steam over to Roblox to play certain games if they are good enough to their standards.
I mean, with the way things stand around, like Roblox is like very unpredictable right now. Like sometimes they do good updates, sometimes they do very bad updates, sometimes they do bad updates. So I don't think the Roblox game economy will be like stable and stuff. Like there might be a time where even brain rot games are like not the meta anymore. So as a developer, how do you adapt to this?
Yeah, well, you just adapt, right? It's the same thing as always. I mean, if there's a game that is successful, you just, right? You learn from the trends. I mean, same thing.
Take notes. Take notes, bro.
That is actually a really good answer. Because there is this thing called
Smarty Dev, I have a question. It's a bit unique, but if you had none of your following right now, and you had a fire game, but nobody knows about it, how would you get players onto that game?
Who is this dude laughing? We gotta mute you. All right. Yeah, how would I get players on if I didn't have any audience? Well, honestly, I would use sponsors. Right now, I have not promoted my new games to people enough, honestly, through my channel. Like, I'm under leveraging the channel as an asset. So I will be promoting like my vibe coded games, or the games I make and collaborate with Sam or whoever I end up finally working with on the games where I make them with AI plus a builder. But those games will be promoted on the channel. So honestly, I've already done that. I've been using sponsors, but I don't think that the sponsors are as effective as possible. Not because sponsors are bad, but because of this. So I get data, right? When I run a sponsor on a game, like I've been running a lot on Steal a Bus, it feels like I'm throwing money into an incinerator because this game isn't perfect. Like it doesn't have the perfect stats, right? It doesn't have the perfect progression. It's not a perfect game. It does not hold the players after the sponsor, right? But I'm getting the stats, and I can use that to improve. But numbers are numbers, right? It's not the players telling me directly what they actually think about the game. It's just people inside of the game kind of leaving whenever they leave, disliking the game if they don't like it, liking it if they like it. And I see that inside my stats panel on Roblox, but you can only get so far with numbers and without QA. So the main thing is, right, and I know your question was what would you do without? I've already done it without. Like, I have been making games and honestly, foolishly not promoting to my audience. So really, I will be doing it with my audience. I will be switching over to promoting with my audience, like on live streams like this, except playing the game. And then I'm going to take feedback from people. Like, drop your feedback of what you thought about this game in the chat. What do you hate? Be brutal. Give me the absolute harshest feedback you possibly can on this game. And that way, I'm going to get the information I need to make it better. I will know what sucks right away. Because it's not verbal feedback when I see, oh, playtime 5.9 minutes. There's no comment by the user of why they left. Roblox doesn't ask them why they left. Okay, somebody needs to mute. I think they did. But Roblox won't ask them why they left. They just leave the game, and you don't hear a peep from them. So that's really the value I see in using my audience for that, in having my channel promote these games. Is not even the fact that I have the audience. Like, I don't even know if I'd get more players than sponsors, to be honest. Maybe for brief periods, but with sponsors you can get a lot of players. But those players are dead, uninvested players who are coming from Roblox on an ad. Like, if the game isn't really good and it hooks, it's not the best way to like test out your game initially. And that's what I've learned. It doesn't work because it's not going to help you improve it. So getting people in a live stream, testing it out, or a call like this and a live stream, I can get the feedback maybe verbally if it's on the call, or I can get it inside of the live chat. And that way I can improve on the game so much more. And I can gather everything you say into like a Word document or a Google Doc. And I can be like, let's improve this. I can take some of it to Claude Code and be like, okay, make this. This is missing. I noticed this visual feedback is missing. Add this particle effect. And that is really what I would do across the board. Somebody needs to mute.
Thank you. I appreciate your help.
Sorry, Smarty, I have a question about this topic.
Yeah, what's up?
I heard that there's a method of getting feedback through in-game scripts. Just like you said, like in what minute they leave your game. Like, you could use scripts to get some kind of feedback. It's not a direct feedback. Like, people are not going to type nothing, or maybe they could in the chat. I don't know, but I heard there's a method somehow. I forgot about it. Do you think that's possible?
Hold on.
It is possible.
So some people are asking why they're getting muted. You're getting muted if there's like random background noise and it's kind of interfering. That's all. So, yeah. So, can you remind me of your question?
Like, you could get feedback through scripts if you write a good enough script in your game.
Yeah. So you mean like having a feedback panel where people can type in, "Oh, I thought this sucked. This was garbage. This was boring."
No. Well,
no.
That's actually a pretty good idea.
Yeah, you can do that, but I think even that wouldn't be as an engaged feedback. It wouldn't be as good as having people from your YouTube audience do it. Like, even if you guys had a small YouTube audience, I think that would be better feedback, because those people are more engaged and interested in you, and they care more about actually digging into the details and the dirt and finding what's wrong with the game and then telling you. People who are just passive players of the game, most of them won't even write in the feedback box, and if they do, it's probably really shallow. If you mean like a good enough script, do you mean funnels? Because they have this thing called funnels on Roblox, which is how you like track when people drop off. So you can do that. It's analytics service.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't think that covers the whole picture, because it's still on the stats side. Like, oh, players dropped off after they earned 500 coins and the game got too easy. Like, you can track that exact moment. And I talked about that on streams a while back when that came out. But still, I think that isn't really enough on its own. I think the verbal feedback, the QA, is really important, and that's why games have QA teams. Like, we have Epic Games, we have all these big studios, they have QA teams. They have lots of people who literally their entire job, they'll often be hired to do this, not even volunteers. Often on Roblox we get volunteers. There will be hired teams of QA people where all their job is to play the game and find out what is trash what should be improved, where are the bugs, and really where's the game design lacking. And that's what my games, like being brutally honest, where my games suck lately that's making them not blow up. Yeah, the icons could be better on some of them, but it's not even just the entryway, it's mainly the retention. And there's some issue that I'm not seeing in these games. There's problems that I don't know because I haven't done that type of feedback, that type of brutal like pressure chamber, throw the worst absolute worst, hold on one second, throw the absolute worst feedback, like what is the worst problem with this game, or what, it doesn't all have to be negative, but the negative stuff helps the most. Or what's your good idea, right? That would help you want to keep progressing. Those things can help you the most, as opposed to analytics. So that's what I will be doing. Is the next time I release a game, doing a test, and I could even do it on the ones I've already posted. But that is what will really change things. So now, go ahead. What was your question?
Okay, Smarty.
Oh, you already answered it. Thank you, man.
Yeah, no problem,
makes
man.
Sense.
I wanna talk about. So, can I go first?
No, yeah, go ahead. He's already done.
Okay, so this is actually the thing that I wanna talk about for a while now. So I've been stopping like talking. So I will just get into the point. I really do think that you're missing out on QA. Like you said,
Yes,
you
I am.
realize your problem, and I can see that. I really can see that because I will be brutally honest. I am generally an honest person about this kind of thing. So, your current game, the Still a Bus things, I tried it. I tried it, and when I
perfect.
come into the game, I will be brutally honest. Okay. Oh, so first of all, one thing, I'm
Already
a QA.
doing
I
the
am,
feedback, huh? All right, bring it.
yeah, I'm going to do a feedback. Yeah, because I'm a QA. I am really accustomed to like really thinking about everything, every single detail about the game. So your game are missing a lot of things. So first of all,
I'm gonna
like,
add you so you can send this
when
to
I
me too.
Hmm?
Oh, continue. I'm
sorry.
adding you though.
Oh, okay. So first of all, when I first joined, I didn't understand what my base is. I don't have like any kind of tutorial, and even I didn't really understand the tutorial. So I can tell you that currently the only thing that you're missing is only QA. That is literally it. And I'll be brutally honest, the game really sucks. And
It sucks.
yeah, and yeah, it really sucks
You
because
gotta be specific,
you
bro.
said, okay, I will be specific. You said about people trying to go and play brain rot games and then like steal a brain rot or something. Okay,
Yep.
the problem that I see is there is a lot of problem. There is a lot of reason for things happening, and we can only like think about what is the reason. But I think for this one, the reason is people like stealing a brain rot because the brain rot itself is really popular. Okay, that is the first thing. And when you really think about it, who the hell want bus on their game? Who the hell like want to like collect bus and then just get money from that bus? That is like the
It
first
doesn't make
issue.
sense.
It doesn't make sense like you just go collect a bus and then you get money. And people like brain rots because it is popular because it's brain rot. And I've seen some game like collect cars. Cars are cool. That's why some people also play it. I see like that game got 10k CC or something. Like it's just like the tsunami game, but the thing with your game is it's a bus. No one likes bus.
No
even
one.
even like kids. Yeah, no one likes bus. I can tell you. Like,
Absolutely
even
no one likes a bus.
even if someone like
all
do
hate
like a
buses.
bus, like it's a little people like it's only a little bit of
I
people.
want to go
that
break
like
the
that.
windows on my local bus. Where is it? I need a bat. I gotta go kill this bus. I gotta destroy it. I hate buses. No, I appreciate the feedback,
Yeah.
man. I think that you make a point in that it's not as memeable. Although I will say, I think that the bus idea is good. It's just like during the gameplay, I think the bus idea is good because it's funny to carry a giant bus. That was really the idea. It's a giant bus, and you're like, oh yeah, this is huge. It's funny to carry this giant object. So it's kind of different than like a brain rot, where it's like it's a brain rot. Kids find it funny because it's Italian brain rot. It's tongue suhoor, whatever. So the big bus was kind of the funny aspect of that, but with the actual gameplay, I think the buses should do more. or they should be more interactive. And maybe you can drive it. Like, I don't think there should be too much that you could do, like too much going on. I think it needs to be clear what you're supposed to do. But I think that, yeah, I see where you're coming from, like with a bus being more boring than a brain rot. But I also see like the humor angle, and I see that working because, like, I have data like from the sponsorship, for example, 4% CTR. That's like my highest CTR I've had on any recent game. Like, I made several different games like Wood and all these other ones in a group called Wild Wild Worlds. All those got like 1.5% CTR. You could argue it's the title and the icon, but I think with Steal a Bus, the idea is proven to work in the start. It's just it doesn't hold players, so it needs to be improved there. And like we've been talking about, QA would really help that. Really help me to see the issues. Like you're giving me QA right now. We hate buses. I agree with some of what you're saying. The buses seem to be something that does hook players because of the CTR, though. So I am seeing that with like 4% CTR, good playthrough rate, but I think it just doesn't hold is the real problem, and players don't come back. So that would be the main thing to focus on. Yeah, you can jump in.
Can I cut in something? So the thing is, currently, there is one underlying issue that I see that currently is going on you. So first of all, you're being kind of biased on the thing.
Biased.
I'm not trying to be mean, okay? Yeah.
No, give me the feedback. I appreciate it. We all need feedback on our games.
So the thing is, it's really, really hard. Okay, I can tell you, it's really hard to see the bad things about our own game.
Absolutely.
I've experienced it myself. I have made my game. I try to make it like as beautiful as possible. And yeah, if you would like to see, I can show it later. This is the game that I've been working on. I'm in this game development journey for 5 months now. And I can tell you that currently my games are like trying to cater for everyone. And I'm not trying to say that your game idea is a whole, like it's all bad. There is always some way to make it interesting. But currently the problem is, doesn't matter what you do, you cannot just only think about, oh, this might be a good idea. This is like the humor sense is there. Because that is what you're saying, not what other people are saying. Currently, I'm saying that it's bad, and the game doesn't get a lot of player too. And that is like the whole reason. Like, I can tell you that the problem is not within the execution or within the it's not like within the execution of the game or what. It's just like, first of all, like there is a lot of reason that you can always improve on. And the current way of you answering me just right now shows that you really believe in your idea. You should like
more or less, right? It's like it's more like I'm saying I have actually seen that the acquisition is fine, right? Like the acquisition of the game, people actually click. So I believe in the idea in what the data says, in that people will click the game, they probably find it funny, and they want to join. But what I see is, if you look at the analytics, it drops off in retention. So the problem is the retention. The game isn't holding. And so that's really what is being worked on. And not even adding, but figuring out what is causing people to leave is really my focus. So if you were to play the game longer, I think you'd be able to give me better feedback, which by all means, if you'd like to do that, you can send that to me in DMs, because I just added you, and we can chat about this some more later. But yeah, mainly just seeing why would people be dropping off. And I talk about this all the time, right? Like you're saying, don't get attached to your idea. Totally agree. I talk about that on YouTube all the time. That's why you make a large volume of games, like lots of simple games, because you're testing multiple ideas in the market. So yeah, I wouldn't say I'm so attached to Steal a Bus, it must be the only game I work on. I'm saying this game has gotten better CTR on its sponsors, so I think people want to click, right? The icon's good, the thumbnail's good. It's a funny idea.
Yes.
It hooks, but it does not hold. And we can see that because the playtime's like 5.9 minutes. It's okay.
Yes.
But then people don't come back. Day 1 retention, day 7, day 30, through the floor. It totally crashes right there because people are not returning. So that shows a problem with maybe there's not enough content for them to unlock. Maybe it gets too easy, too fast. Maybe the buses need to feel more interactive, or like you said, maybe there's a problem with the way the buses make money. Maybe it doesn't make sense for a bus to just be sitting there making money like a brain rot.
Okay, I will tell you what.
May I say something? Hold on, bro.
Yeah, go on.
Okay,
may
okay.
I say something, Smarty? Maybe you should have made a game about growing a bus, like grow a bus, not steal a bus.
That's a pretty funny idea. Grow a bus. Maybe I could do that next, because
For example,
I already
if you
made the
really wanna-
models. You know, could reuse them.
If you wanna stick to buses, because this dude had a point.
Grow a bus.
Bus, it's funny. It's funny for 1-2 seconds, but little kids, they love brain rot.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should have kept the brain rot.
I looked this up. How do I grow a bus?
One more.
It'd be kind of funny if it grew out of a garden. Like at that point, it's like just straight up memes. But
So
Maybe a
might work.
parking lot. Bus parking lot.
Yeah.
so yeah.
What about
I played your game. I'm sorry.
what about a brain rot garden game? In one of those.
So I've played your game, the
Make
Steal a
a
Bus. When I started, I instantly encounter a bug. Literally, like instantly.
Okay.
I'll tell you, like the bug is when you're trying to lock up your the prison, like you're trying to lock up so people cannot steal your bus. I cannot figure out how to unlock the door. It doesn't work. That is one bug.
Well, that is something. Can you get out? Can you walk out?
No,
that was
I
one thing I
cannot.
fixed.
I literally cannot.
You can't walk out. Okay, I
I
thought I
cannot
fixed
walk.
that. So that was a real bug. Yeah, you're right. So there are things
Yes.
like bugs can definitely dip retention and people coming back. So that could be a real problem. But yeah, also most like games on stealing, they don't let you unlock it. I could add that to mine. Like I don't see why not. But yeah, really zooming out, I think talking about having the bus assets reused into new bus games like Grow a Bus, I think that's a good idea. I appreciate you guys bringing that up, because trying that might actually be the better pivot than trying to steal a bus. Like I might keep trying to update a little, but at a certain point it's just a lost cause. Like trying to make Grow a Bus or whatever else. Maybe it could be a game about a school bus, right? School bus something. Drive a school bus down a hill at 1,000 miles per hour. Something like that might work really well, because I sat there for hours modeling those assets, and you guys bring that to my mind. Like, why the hell am I not reusing that? Why am I not using these buses to make a new game? I don't know. So that's something that you definitely have enlightened me on.
It was just an idea.
So can I say something?
Just an idea, but it was a good one. Yeah, go on.
You should use something in games that kids are. Someone else.
No. Continue on.
You mute the. I can't hear myself.
Oh.
You
can't hear yourself on stream?
Oh, it's someone else. I muted him. Okay. You should use something that kids are familiar with. And what I mean by that, you know the game Fight in a School?
Fight in a
You ever heard of
School.
that game?
I love that game.
Yeah.
I love that game. It's by Ethora.
A game like it's some time ago. It blew up. The reason I think it blew up is because kids are mainly they go to school every single day, and school is what they're most familiar with. What I've also noticed with the whole brain rot thing, my friend has a little sister that was like 10 years old, and all she watched on TikTok is brain rot.
Yeah.
So when I was hanging out with my friend, her sister would do the most BS brain rot impressions ever. I think brain rot blew up is because, kids see it a lot on TikTok, so they're very familiar with it, and that's why it has a higher potential to blow up. And I think it was the same thing with the Fight in the School. Just add things in your game that kids are very familiar with.
Yeah, totally agree. There is room for things like a school bus game. Like,
do
you guys have ideas for that? Like the school buses themselves, because that would be a good asset to zero in on. I mean, I do see there are quite a few school bus games on Roblox. Like, if I look, let's see, school bus.
Clean a bus.
There's a lot of school bus games. Wow. School bus simulator, school bus company, survive bus ride. That looks
You
fun.
could do clean a bus
Clean
and
a bus.
stuff.
Like cleaning the outside. It could be like a bus car wash.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it
that's an
starts
idea.
off dirty, and then you just clean it up.
Yeah. I love these games that the icon is way different than how that game actually looks. It reminds me of those mobile game ads where it's like the game is a completely different game inside. It's because of AI. Like we all have access to AI now, so everybody's like, I'm gonna generate a game icon that looks realistic because it looks cooler than a Roblox game. But in the game, it still looks like normal Roblox. That's what I see with this Survive a Bus Ride game.
Yeah, and
It's pretty
also
funny.
one thing, bro, just
Yeah, what's
ask
up?
all your friends, ask
Yeah.
all your friends like what are their most memorable uh, childhood things. Like,
It's a good idea.
damn, bro, sorry, I'm not. My English is fucking trash.
No, don't worry about it. I understand
English is
every
not
word you're
good.
saying.
Like, try to think back of your childhood and what.
And what happened. Yeah. And what you enjoyed. Yeah, no, I agree. Like,
Yeah,
you could have
and
something
really,
with the ice
really
cream
think.
man. You know, like the
Really
ice
think
cream truck.
What?
Maybe like a haunted ice cream truck. You make a horror game about that.
Yeah. What
Survive the
what
ice
made
cream
that
man,
moment
the killer.
what made that moment special? Not only
Yeah.
for yourself, the highest thing. Like ask everyone. And also, I noticed my other friend has a little brother. Bro, the best thing you can do is just analyze why the hell they play games for hours and hours and how are they having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, not everyone
Yeah,
can
that's a great
easily
way to
do
do
that.
it. A lot of people ignore that now.
Mm.
Like, why are people ignoring looking at what kids are actually into or what you have as like a childhood memory? You know, that can be a good source of game ideas. One I think I'll forget about. We all forget about that method, especially if we're getting older. Like I'm 20. I'm like, forget about the ice cream man time to time, but that could be a Roblox game. You know, forget about Christmas morning, but that could be a Roblox game. Maybe seasonal, but could be something on that note. Yeah, but does anybody have any last thoughts or questions before we dip off? And I think I muted some people, but only muted them on my end. So if I'm talking over somebody in the Discord call, it sounds like, it's because I can't hear them at all. So, and if that person has a question, let's see. I'll go ahead and unmute everybody on my end so that I can hear them. Let's see. And we'll just get those last thoughts, and then we'll just hop off of here because this has been a good, let's see. This has been a good discussion, and I mean, I think oh wait, no, he's still in here. 1,000 times kicked us off on giving me some QA feedback already before I've even done the stream, which honestly, appreciate it.
Smarty,
That's welcome.
Smarty bro, can
Yeah,
I
what's
ask
up?
something?
Yeah, I think you were one of the guys I muted, so what's up? You are now unmuted. You are now back. What's your question, bro?
So my first question is, what should I do if I'm scared to start taking GFX commissions?
So you're scared. What are you scared of? Is it scared of like
For
clients
example,
being mean?
if client won't like my work.
So we talked about this earlier. It's really just about exposure, right? So just start, right? We can say that. Like you're gonna be scared either way if that's what you're dealing with. You have to just start. Like just start sounds cliche, but it's true. So you start, but then you got to continue. So after you continue, you're going to get exposed to a lot of clients, especially if you're properly doing outreach or promotion and you're getting a lot of people to give you those types of ideas or commissions rather. We're talking about ideas so much. I'm like, ideas? No, commissions. You get a lot of commissions from people. Some people will like your work, some people won't. But you will learn, right? You will learn, okay, these people like my work, some people don't. That's just the way it is. And the fear will go away because you'll get used to rejection from clients or getting negative feedback. Like I just got negative feedback on my stream right now. It's like, it is what it is. Like I've seen negative feedback before. I want negative feedback because that, like, if it's constructive criticism, it makes you better. It makes your game better. So getting the feedback on whatever it is you made, whether it's a commission or a game or whatever, it will help you to improve. You just don't let it like crush you. You just take it in consideration. If somebody's being mean, like a client being mean, just cut them off. Just cut them off. Like, you have the power to do that. Like, just set a boundary and just like, get out of here, dude. So that's really all I can say. Like, just
wait.
you just
What do
you
you
just
mean
do
by
it,
cut
and then you
off?
continue.
Client.
Cut them off as in don't
Smarty,
take
what do you
commission.
mean?
That's what he means. Block them.
Yeah, like
them and
block,
stop
like cut
them.
them
okay,
off. Like, don't talk to
That's what he
them.
means.
If you already got paid by
Alright.
them, you obviously have to finish the commission. But if you, that's why I would set terms. Like, a lot of people set terms of conditions on their own like website
Yes.
before they take commissions. So I would do that. Have like a terms of service. Some people have one where it's like, I may cut off your commission any given time and refund you the money if I so choose. Like, if you set that term outright and you tell people, hey, I've got a terms of conditions, you got to read it and accept it before you take a commission from me, and it's kind of noted on your portfolio, that's a good way to do it. And then now, like, your terms, your boundaries of working with you are clear and explicit from the start, and then it's easy for you to just cut that person off rather than just having this drama or whatever break out because you're like, I don't want to finish this commission because of how this person is treating me, being an asshole, whatever. So that's really what I would say, is just have the terms and conditions out. That would really help. Like, but then getting used to it is going to be the main thing. But having the terms and conditions that allow you to cut off a commission if you need to is something that's going to help with the problem that you're talking about. Because if you don't like a certain client, yeah, you got to be able to cut that client off and refund them whatever you need to do, whatever's fair for the situation. Like, maybe you did part of it, maybe do a partial refund. Have that in your terms and conditions. Have all those types of situations planned out. You could even write your terms and conditions with ChatGPT, and then you're basically like, I wouldn't say you're legally covered, but you might want to talk to a lawyer or whatever if you're talking about like the legal side of commissions, because I don't know all that stuff. There's like a lawyer guy on Twitter if you really want to talk to one about. He's like a Roblox development lawyer, but I haven't seen him like talk about commissions before. That'd be interesting. Talking about like terms and conditions and contracts. I might actually hit him up. Maybe he could do a class or something, or maybe he could
Okay,
have
bro.
some insight.
Can
But
I ask
yeah.
second question?
Just have a terms and conditions, and that should be enough for a start. For somebody who's new
Smarty,
to commissions.
can I ask second question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, second question is, how can I get better at building?
So getting better at building is, you gotta watch RoBuilder. Nah. Right, you can watch whoever you want to learn about building, but honestly, most of the improvement comes from doing. Like, it's the same thing across the board, no matter what you're doing. Like, you got to do the thing. So really, what I would say for builds is, I used to be a builder. There's a lot of videos on my channel. I would check them out about like tips I learned. One of the main things that improved my builds back when that was the main thing I did was getting inspiration images and then putting them on a part and then building off of that, like a store. I'd get an image off Google, and now this is even better of a method because you can get an image from AI. Oh God, no, not AI! You mentioned AI, it's the end of the world. Yes, I mentioned AI.
Yeah, I understand.
You can use AI to get yourself a good reference image. You can throw it into Roblox Studio. You can throw it on a decal, or you can throw it in Blender, and you can mimic that to make your build. AI gives it tailored to you, so you can get like whatever you want, whatever architecture, whatever style you want, whatever build style you want. You can get it in multiple styles. You get the realistic image, you get the low poly version. Put that all in there, and then literally just build that. And then after you have like the basics of that build made, based on the image, like you take the image of the shop from real life or from AI, and you turn that into a shop with parts in Roblox Studio. That gives you a really good basis. And honestly, sometimes we have a hard time like knowing how to make something look like a real life object. Well, it's pretty damn easy if you actually have a real life object to base it off of. So basing it on a real reference image, that was one of the biggest things that I improved on in building. And honestly, it's just removing the guilt of using a reference image to begin with. Because I remember it was like, oh, is this really my work? It's a reference. No, you have to get that out of here. Like, artists use Pinterest. They use images. You look at a real human eye. You look at a real person to make a portrait, like, or a painting of a human eye. or painting of whatever, like a mountain. You look at a real image often. Ancient painters used to do that. They would paint like literally a real person sitting in front of them. They would, you know, paint them, and then we have like the Mona Lisa, like that was a real person. So it's the same thing in Roblox. Like, use reference images. Don't feel guilty about using a reference image, even if it's AI. I know the AI hate mob would love to come out here and be like, no, don't do that. That's honestly one of the best, most creative uses of AI. That's like how artists use AI, is getting the reference image and then building it themselves. So I would be highly, highly for that method. And if I was a builder now, like I'm going to be doing more builds, and I just reminded myself of that, like the AI method for reference images, because we're in a different time and age. We can get any reference we want, like leverage the hell out of that. Like, I would focus on that, and that would be the main thing. You could even do that for landscapes too, like if you're making terrain, because I'm mainly talking about the actual buildings. If you're making terrain, if you're making landscapes, if you're making like a forest, images, copying after the images, and then building on it and editing it from there and making your own once it's already 3D and you have like a basis for it. That's my main advice. I have other videos from the past. Look at my old ones. Those should help. But really just having those references is really one of the biggest things that helped me, because I remember I didn't know how to make. Like, how do I make the shingles of a roof? Or how do I make a building not look weird and look like a real building? Well, you learn those little details that make things look like real buildings by looking at real buildings and by mimicking and copying and building, sometimes one-to-one, sometimes adjusted, that building inside of Roblox with parts or inside of Blender. That's my main advice to you, man.
Okay. Mind if I ask a question?
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay.
Wait, can I ask your question, bro? Please. Last one.
Ask one last question.
Okay. What should I do if my friend left our tech game project and now I'm developing it alone? So the development is really hard for me. If I had Robux, I'd hire someone, but I can't afford it right now.
So your friend left your project, is what you said.
Yeah.
Find another friend. That's the main thing, right? Don't try to hire somebody. Make more friends, or if you have another dev friend who could work with you, find them, right? You always got to have backups and options. Like, it's the same thing as hiring somebody. Like, I said I was going to work with Sam, but I don't mean to call him out. Like, he's my friend, but he hasn't really been as active as I hoped. So I might have to work with another friend on building. I know RoBuilder. I might actually hit him up to work with him on builds. Like, I'll do the coding, he does the building. We kind of post a video about it. But I might be doing that, for example, because if your friend, like, you can be friends with them, but if they can't keep up the work and you're trying to work together on a project, you might have to work with somebody else, just being real. And it's not like a flame against your friends if you decide not to work with them. It's just like, hey man, like, I need somebody consistent. I like being friends with you. We're cool, but I'm finding someone else. So that's really what it is. And if you don't have other dev friends, make them. Start there, especially if you don't have money or you're young or whatever. Like, that's the issue I'm hearing from people. Don't think in the frame of hiring devs. Like, think about that after you have money or after your experience. Don't think about hiring devs first. Think about working with your friends first. And that's good that you were doing that. It's just not every friend is going to be reliable or consistent, and that's fine, right? You can keep being friends with them and then work with someone else. And that's the best approach.
Okay, thank you so
Do you
much,
mind if
bro.
I ask a question?
Well, if it's very brief, because we're ending. But you can go ahead with one.
I do have a very brief question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's up? Hello. Can't hear you. Did we lose ya? Or are you thinking?
Oh.
Three.
He's talking about the other guy. Yo,
2,
Tiny.
Oh, are you talking to
Who's
me?
talking?
Marty, I have
One.
a
Yeah,
feedback
Sleepy, hurry.
something
Okay, okay.
Hurry.
I have a quick question. It should
Yep.
be very, very quick. It's less about developing, but more about Roblox in general. What do you think about the potential for esports and competitive play on Roblox? Just like, I feel like it's an untapped
Oh,
market that,
I
could
think it
definitely be
is.
exposed, especially with like games like Roblox Rivals, like very competitive, things like that. So I just want to hear your quick thoughts on that.
Yeah, so I think the space for esports like is there. Like I know back in the day we had people very competitive on Arsenal, and that comes to mind first. Arsenal isn't as big now, but it used to be massive on Roblox. I think that the space is there for that. If you're talking about doing that as a dev, like trying to tailor towards that, obviously you have to make a competitive game. I think that's a real thing. Yeah. I can't say too much as to like how do you make a game that's for esports, because I haven't done a game for esports. I haven't made one. But I know that the space is there on Roblox. There's probably even more of that opening up, especially as 18 plus players are getting targeted on the platform. If more high fidelity games or whatever, or complex games or more competitive games or skill based or strategy based games come on, that creates the opening for more esports stuff. So like if you want my take, like the main thing that's going to change that in the upcoming times is the fact that 18 plus games are going to be pushed more on Roblox. Like if that's going to be pushed more, you're going to have more esports stuff going on, because kids aren't into esports. You don't play esports, you don't have a competition, a tournament on Steal a Brain Rot, but you might have one on Arsenal or on Rivals or on any one of these shooter games or new games that come out that would align with that. So yeah, I would think that that will actually raise up, especially if we have good competitive games come out on Roblox. That will be a space that rises up in the ethos. It will rise up in the public of Roblox and public conversation, in content as well, and in games. I think it will be something that improves. We just need the games to come along with it, like, because Roblox can make all these updates they want, 50% more DevX for the 18 plus games, but like even if you're making 50% more money, we need good games to be made that are competitive for people to actually make those esports games, for people to actually make those games that would fit in that category. So if
right.
you want
Thank you
to do
very
that,
much, sir.
just make one like it. Make one in that category.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
So I have one last thing about it is not a question but more on a feedback that I have researched on your games. I
Yeah,
have
how about you
played
send it
the
to me, because
Woods
we got to
game.
end this. But thank you.
Okay.
If you have feedback,
yeah.
just DM it
Okay.
to me. That'd be perfect. But yeah, thanks guys for coming on. This was good. If you want to share that feedback next time, just join the next call. I'd probably be more open to that. But yeah, you guys had some good questions today. It was a good stream. Oh, I saw somebody mention Arsenal. You loved Arsenal. Still play it time to time. Yeah, that was good. I don't know why it died down. I think it's just, times change. But yeah, it was a good stream. It was a good chat in here as well. Like I enjoyed talking to you guys, having this conversation. I think that we're going to keep doing these. Obviously, we have already done 3 streams recently. This is our second live in Q&A. This one was more of a discussion than a Q&A. Like, I know some people are commenting, oh, this is like a one-player conversation. Like, yeah, you're on a podcast, so there's going to be a lot of me talking. But that's a given. But yeah, we also will have the community in here able to ask questions, able to chat, able to give their feedback on my games or whatever it is we're talking about. We are going to continue these because it's a good format. We might live stream also, like throwing this out there. We might live stream the Smarty Devs classes. I'll let you know on that. We're going to definitely upload them to YouTube on our own Smarty Devs classes channel, like a Smarty Devs channel that'll be separate from my channel. So you'll be updated on that. Somebody was asking us when the classes are going to be happening. Those will be happening. They should be this weekend. We'll send out an announcement soon. So thank you guys for coming on. This has been good. Catch you later. Let's see.